Rasta yatugambye mpozi nga mwe muti akasana.
Ate nze ndi hustler. Olaba akasana? Like today mfunye mune opportunity akasana okunjo kyabo. Because most of the time obera mu nyumba oba mu motoka oba mu office oba studio.
We did. Imeza nebera bweti. Oshike nekandikira.
The Friday thing had no need.
Turning about
it.
And
because you just tilt it to be.
Yeah.
Let it be like
No. So basically, we're talking about the album. I've got visitors in my house. It's the NRG team, Energy Radio. Anyway, happy Eid, everybody. We're talking about Break the Chains album. I've seen so far so many people, analyzing, commenting. First, I have to thank you all so much. So much for accepting that album. It's a miracle that I haven't seen any negative on that album. So it's a blessing for me, but it's a blessing for Uganda, because we really needed this as an industry. We needed it. This is not for Bebe. This is for Uganda. I didn't do that album for me. I did that album for Uganda. We need to get somewhere. We need to get somewhere. So we are going to be speaking for quite some time today about the importance of all of us coming together on that album, rather than you seeing it as you seeing Bebe as now. Actually, today we will have to split Bebe Cool from Sally Moses, so that we can benefit. I'm telling you, we have to. We need to get we need to take advantage of this situation.
Bebe, if you were not an artist, what would you? A politician.
That'd be a good question to ask.
Keep it. She has to keep it. It's a very good question.
Very good.
But you know the line from which I come from. If I wasn't an artist, I believe I would have gone into my father's
Legacy.
Because it is in there,
I think don't forget. Next thing. Talk about
like how many minutes before we start the
Hi.
It's me and Msoga Yajidesi.
Okay.
Kumala ssaawa 3 takola abireke.
Okitegedde?
Atubuulire ekigendererwa kye kiri ki? Ajja kwesanyusa nga ye omuntu oba ajja kukolera abantu?
Kwetega, ennaku zino aba wa kwetega, gujjola era ivu gyakola. Nabuuka
buli ataso
nawe weeta akalevu nayoyota akawalaata alabika anoonyayo kikazi.
Buli atasobola live tubadde tumusaba aconcentrating ku YouTube.
Okitegedde live yaano bwetaweza ssaawa 3 eba ekoze ekyo.
Olina okujja ku live ng'okimanyi nti olina okyaza abagenyi, olina okyaza opinioni z'abantu oziwulirize, ofube okulaba nti oziwuliriza olyoka ogende. Ate abantu be balina
okugamba nga tukyayogera.
Abantu be balina okugamba nti tubadde tukusaba onnyoke.
Gijjeeko.
Oli mu budde bw'abantu abalala, kozi ajja yomba n'abantu abalala. Buli omu yapatana obudde bwe. Tosobola kugira mu budde bwa Balista Timo ate n'obwonoona. Yajjidde mu budde bwa Balista Timo n'abwonoona, n'abeera awo ng'azannya. Oyo Rema kamiliyoni tugenda bawa amateeka agafuga TikTok.
Abaliwa ba artist tebalwako nedda. Abayimbi tebalwako. Abayimbi bafemba manyi.
Artist oyino malakeda chikana.
Kamera webalwamu bocha tebalwako.
Abayimbi oyino malakeda chikana. Making sure nti abantu bafunye content oyina no soko bakubira ku masimu. Nomubuuza ankunda content omufunye nti ye. Gishu wife akantu okafunye nti ye. Nebo envaako nti itsoke genda.
Ne musawe yemu gyaba abaddeko kati kiba kibeeri kimba ndoza kibeeri ayagala content okubanga yatuuseewo. Deshi towaga bayimbi baffe kulwa ku TikTok obudde buwanvu tubaagala. Bwe balwa ku kamera bookya ate bwe bookya ne tubagambako ne banyiiga. Kakati babeereko akaseera kagere.
Ono musajja akwagala nnyo bambi.
Siri musajja tonja Samira nsijako busiru bwe wammwe. Ndi mukazi nesibyo kwa president 2026.
Bansonyo.
Yego yesimbye kufuta Shamim Marende.
Nesimbye kwani?
Yego yesimbye ku Shamim Marende kuba president.
Shamim Marende ajja kuba president.
President w'abakyala b'omu Kampala.
Nedda mukwano siri MP naze kuba president bwe Uganda 2026 kabonero sente ndi independent.
Akabonero sente? Gwe togenda kubba sente z'eggwanga gwe ayagala ennyo sente.
Ngenda kuwa abantu ate sente bana bazze nga simanyi bagamba mbu simanyi nsuwa simanyi nkumbi simanyi kisumuluzo simanyi umbrella simanyi bus bonna bafere bus ojugula otya nga toyina sente. Kati nza kabonero kange sente ndi independent n'esimbye okulwa abakyala ngere kiri ku TikTok abakazi bandaga nti bampagidde nnyo ngera nga zaagala okusobola okubeera the first female president mu Uganda, the first female mu Uganda.
Tetujja kikkiriza tekijja soboka. Olaba muganye kwefuga kati nga temunnafuna president.
So kweno kiki mutagenda kukkiriza?
Omukazi otufuga kati nedda mugira mubeera yeeyo.
Natandise campaign abantu bakuwe sente ogende mu parliament olwa neno nkonjera mugambo.
Parliament ya Uganda kaseera kano bw'ogendayo ovundirayo buvunzi.
Nze agenda okuyita musigamente ogenda kati nga Museveni yali. Konze agenda okuyita muze bwona ogenda nga ze president ogenda ate nga ovundirayo ki.
Aha,
kati yawo. Tuli ku kintu kya 2026 tuli ku kintu kya kati 2025.
Nenga mwe mutulako die wamwe kunnaku enkulu Deshi ali wanazunga buzunzi nawe
mama
ina family
Deshi mere mwambaze kanzu
ata agenda jiri awa just ayambadde kanzu agenda kusiiba taliko babe
kati nawo musiramu aliko ababo nawo oli kuno
tatize wakani natuukayo musawa za mmere ate nze empaata ndi mukazi.
Bene nze nakwe nkuloberako n'abaana bo ne mukyalawo ne family yo.
Abaana bosi nabafuna nja bafutandika bafuna mu 234.
Na olubanga bonana bufa bufi. Ana kale Deshi nande yakuyisa mugali nene yabide kiwanvu myeruli. Katonda akwagadde okufa. Era mwebaze.
Wakalango ko sotata kaise
mujiulireyo mawanga gebweru.
Siri Bulaya ndi wano ku muzikiti mbadde Kibuli malina kamalo okusala.
Imamu wao album ya ajogerako ki?
Album eriwa yonna.
Ya Bebe Cool ya Break the Chains.
Mpozi ngo omuntu musiru talina magezi nenga album ya Bebe Cool so far yesinga. Album ya Bebe Cool omuntu atalina magezi yayinza okugamba muno ebulamuko. Ne Ugandans who love good music nga tetwagala mbuzi zakutudde simanyi zinyimba zao nomvuka bazita batyo nomvuka what's his name unayomba na Junior what's the name of that boy
yayomba nnyo muleke nze nakkiriza
no I'm by anybody nengamba if the kind of music that people want Bagans is trending it's that kind of music I don't know what's his name
mwana we Masaka
Lil Puzzle. If that's the kind of I know Limbo are trending nnyo on TikTok but what's that Twezi ne something like that.
Tamanyi bintu bya musajja kati
No.
omuyimbi anyiiga bw'olaga ennyo nti tomanyi bintu bye.
Neda ino oluyimba abantu bajja ku stage ne bazina amazina ag'obuseegu simanyi Twezi ne simanyi ensujju something like that. Ino oluyimba ne abantu balwagala nnyo. Oba mpere oba ki something like that. So if that's the kind of music that Ugandans want, tetugenda kula. If you listen to Bebe Cool songs, like this is my favorite song, they're making a mistake. I mean, if you listen to other songs are really very good. Are really very good. Me, I failed to choose like this is my best song. Me personally, I failed because I love other songs. Bobo yagenyibe nungi. Ne obo yagala kidandali. Kati waliwo abantu abasirwa bagamba mbuno government ya Uganda teyambeko bana Uganda kutunda nyimba zaabwe. Ne kati gwe boyimba oluyimba ngolo omuvubuka simanyi ensujju. He has that song. So no kati tukwe ku level ya Davido, then you have a problem. But if you produce music, if all musicians produce music like Bebe Cool's music, nibaluwa time to 2 years, tuli kubunkenke. Production and everything, the launch okulufulumya kokoka. Singa omuntu abayimbi tubanga na 10 nibakola Bebe Cool kye yakoze, and then the government doesn't chip in, then there is a problem. Neko tokena kuyimba ize nyimba pana ulimbo londwera bidi. Simanyi tuzina batya, simanyi amagulu nkawanika, simanyi bakola batya. If those are the songs you want the government to support.
Bagamba lwakuba nnyo mbizinga bye Zanzibar.
I don't know because me I only go to Zanzibar on vacation. I don't know.
Era bagamba nti Zuchu yaluulira n'ayagala n'oddutuulako liripazo n'agaana.
No, I don't know about that. It just starts to show, but what I'm saying, if that's the kind of music that people want the government to sponsor, then like we have a problem. But one thing I would say, like Bebe Cool's album is really, really very nice. Yeah, but I've seen your interviews. Okay, there's a problem of the what is it called? But you code snapping. I'm just telling you, you made a mistake. Bebe Cool adega manya abantu mbuno eze nyimba ziwa. We are not gonna spoon feed people. Awadazuga good Spotify, go here, nyimba kwa eziri. So if you want if someone tells you to mere yi. No, Kasi listen. If someone tells you to mere yi, no mtu you have a problem.
Nkisoka ulirize ku bintu byonna ebisigadde nsobola okukkiriziganya naawe.
The song is
naye mu experience n'ebbanga lyentambuliddeko mu bintu by'oku marketinga n'obrandinga n'okugoberera brands ez'enjawulo, brand buli kaseera yeerwana kintu eki sembeza product yayo kumpi n'abantu. Teri brand ekeera ku makya kukola nsobi nti batumanyi kati wano katuzembeyeemu.
If I told someone post nagamba nyimba ziku Spotify, when only the barcode ya Spotify, then you have a problem. You're not the target audience. You're not the target audience.
I'm talking to a certain league of artists. You guys tell us you're asking us to step up the industry. And the industry has been in the Kidandali, same thing for so long. I'm telling you, Panda, that's why people no longer go for those concerts. I mean, this is a new era of young guys. Find out what music they enjoy. It's as simple as that.
The whole album is full of, like, the sound is very different. The sound is so modern.
The sound is young.
So young.
Because if big companies are still tapping, they are changing. Let's say it's a drink, it's a soda. You remember there were old bottles of the same soda, but now there are new bottles that look fancy for young people. Why do you think they changed the bottle? To appeal to the young people. So for you, if you're still pushing your business, you must identify your client, or not even your client. You must identify where to sell. Where are people selling? People are selling to young people. So if it is to young people, what's the type of music that young people want.
Okay, that means this album is for us young people. That means our home child.
No, ab'omukyalo nabamaliriza baddeyo banyumirwe
Bawulize obusepiki.
boggolako sibalinaako buzibu nja nabakolerayo 1 or 2 singles ezaabwe nja specifically I will do 1 or 2 songs for my local people nti mbawaddeyo jaribu yamwe yiyo if you like it enjoy it's those 2 songs are ready. It's only timing. Bush wanangamba nti kati bawe ebyabo ngamba wa naye nga focus yange eri ku bigger market. Bigger market is global. How far can we stretch as Uganda? To me, that's the question.
But do you think of working with Ugandan producers?
This album, 50% was done by Ugandan producers.
Including the young man. Did he survive? Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. Yes, it has 4 Ugandan producers: Bush, Uncle Ronnie, and 2 new producers on the scene. But these guys are the guys. You see, the guys who produce such music are not guys you know, because Ugandans have not accepted that music as yet. So you can't know. You get it? So half of the album was recorded in Nigeria, half was recorded in my studio. And then even the songs that we did audio in Nigeria, we came back and re-voiced them in my studio, because we found out that we have the best software and hardware in that studio. And that's the same thing I was telling artists when I did that studio. Come and record for free in my studio. I have the best software and hardware. I went with a microphone to Nigeria, and one of the producers failed to use it because he didn't have the software to support the mic. And the software was costing over $4,000, but it is in Ntinda here.
Mwana tubajjako ssente abaana.
Recording with Uncle Ron, it's up to you if you have your producer. And they don't charge you.
So I can come with my producer.
You go with your producer, make time with Ronnie. Say, Ronnie, njagala kuingira KO for this time. But that is for professional artists, not for upcoming artists.
So
upcoming artists, why not free studio Mengo? The president made for them a free studio.
You get that for everyone.
Yeah.
You go there.
You go there. But professional artists, I keep calling everyone, and it surprises me. You know, we still have the dilemma of young, a certain caliber of artists feeling entitled, saying, "Who are you to tell us?"
Do they still have that?
Yeah, of course. That's why that's why most of them are having issues. I mean, you keep talking about Bebe videos being quality. But the question behind a quality video is the camera that captures the picture. So how much did I advertise and say, guys, the camera is in my house? One of them, I charged them 1.2. 200,000 Zones for the caretaker. 1 million is service.
In case you also break something.
After a certain number of hours, I have to send the camera to SA for service.
Is that the red or
even the red? When they go together. Then the ARI, that one definitely we don't, because even the computers that our people have don't support the 4K or 8K that is recorded, or 6K that is recorded by the ARI. There's a specific cable you have to use to download the material from an ARI. So even when editing a picture of the ARI, you need such a very strong and enough space and RAM on your computer, which most of our people don't have.
abayimbi bano emuwulidde artists.
But again, in my studio, there is a separate computer. If you can edit in one night, you can sit on that computer and edit. Computer and edit. I said, do they pay?
It's your cost.
It's my cost. So those are the hidden things that our young people. I think the issue here is around. It has nothing to do with anything. I mean,
Bagala kuvimba muntu.
bagala kuvimba yo gwani atuwa. Nange ngubalekerayo bwotyo. Tutokayana na muntu.
Oyege joyogera mu kuvimba yo. Bagala kuvimba.
By the way, Bebe, on the album you had what? You had a collab with Joshua and
Yes.
Yemi Alade.
Yes.
And DJ Edu.
DJ Edu. Like what mitendera chije wagenda mnogamba kachinjaka collab no. Like how did you see the
when you're looking for a collab, you have to look at several things. Joshua is the one upcoming artist that requires or that needs every support that he can get. So why not even me carry him on my body of work? How about if there's another person also who can, because I've seen also other artists local doing some collabos, I think, with him. They are carrying him into the ground audience, the local. He needs to also go there. So I'm also carrying him in mind, because in the beginning Joshua's music was not being understood by Ugandans.
Ugandans, that's very true.
Okay? So it is up to me and the other artists who are local to take him into our audiences. So now you can see that Check is appreciated by both Joshua's but also Bebe's audience. So now Joshua gets into my audience, while I also get into his audience. You get it? So you have to balance that. Then for Yemi, I will surprise you. My song with Yemi is 6 years old.
The hell?
I remember you guys were supposed to also do something.
6 years old. I recorded the Yemi song before I did the one with P Square.
Rude Boy.
Rude Boy. Yeah. And I just kept it because it is off my reggae album, which I know also after my deluxe, then I will drop the reggae album.
Banange. Because what do you know?
I'm such a bata. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
106.5 Energy Radio, the beat of the moment. Big size Bebe Cool right over here. And if you're on the show, you know what to do. Every single Friday, we try and pull up with big superstars, big names in the game. We talk to them, we visit them, and we in Kiwatule right now. And we at one of the premises, one of them, because what we're in the Rajagambe Jazimba.
My home down there.
Down there.
And soon,
Yeah.
I think in less than 12 months, we'll be good to go.
You'll be open.
Yeah.
So you will live here and you go and stay aside and listen.
Yeah.
Bebe, this is already big enough. I know, right? Like,
That's money for you.
you can run.
So before we went into the break, we were talking about the albums and the album and the producers, the writers. Did you use our very own here, or you just used different writers from out of Uganda?
No, I used both local here and out of Uganda.
When you work for who got the chance?
Bush himself wrote.
Hey.
My personal producer, Uncle Ronnie, wrote. The other two, I don't know the names, but Bush put down the team.
So who produced Check? Because I saw a video.
Phil Keys?
Yeah.
Phil Keys. Phil Keys is,
Kiss
I
Daniel's
think, one of the
producer.
top producers for
Kiss
Wizzy,
Daniel.
Kiss Daniel, Burna Boy.
Mm.
Yeah, and he is a hard producer.
Yeah, I heard the sound.
He is a cool producer.
I heard the sound.
I mean, these are the guys. The ones I worked with in Nigeria was Phil Keys and
Sugar Vibes.
Sugar Vibes. These guys work for Burna, Davido, Wiz, I mean, that's what I went for. And then, of course, plus our local producers, of course, that has Bush, Ronnie, Anel, the three other guys.
Gumisiriza.
Gumisiriza. We also had people to play instruments like Michael Uma,
Sax, Jose.
Sax Jose. These guys are in here. The problem is, it's bigger than that. Now, those were the final, the ones who got that second level of production. And then there was a third level of production. The third level of production is the mixing engineer and the mastering engineer. Those are two different. So we use two different producers, engineers. They are Grammy Award winners.
They did, I told them for Banabo, the album for Anabo.
The one that Jessere
and God, Steph Ralphan.
And God. Both these are Grammy Award winners in engineering, in mixing music. And then when they got done with the mixes, because everyone mixes every song differently, because every song is different, then they have to send the songs to one person who does mastering. That is now a professional engineer in mastering. Mastering is to make sure that all the sounds are good and leveled equally and clean, so that when you're listening to one album, it's not that this song is so loud, the other one is low, the other one has the other one is, you get it? So even that one is a Grammy Award winner.
Why is Czech so brief?
Because today,
So brief.
yes. So these are the beautiful questions I like. Because in today's world, when you look at what is happening, the disruptiveness of young people, they don't have a lot of time to listen to so much long music. One song, 5 minutes, 4 minutes. They don't have that time. So if you look at all the hit songs today, they lie between 1.45 to 2.3 minutes. Though with ADMs it's the opposite. Because with the ADMs, once you cross over, it's a DJ thing. He wants to play that and people just want to be in there and vibing. So that one can go 4 to 5 minutes. But these are the Afro beats. The advice is actually not only Afro beats, but now music should go 1.5 to 2.2, 2.3 minutes. Even radio doesn't have a lot of time. They pay for the air. So no one is going to be giving you any more 3 minutes of lamenting. I mean, Czech is your best example. Even the others, when you go listen to them, you find that none of those songs is making 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been
apart from the ADMs.
Will you get extended versions of the, you said you're going to do a bootleg, right?
Yes.
So are they going to be like extended versions for the the listener, the person who wants to savor the music and be like, yes?
No, what we're going to have is probably you expect remixes in form of collaborations, global collabos. Because I mean, I saw some of the fans, some of the people in Uganda wondering, they're saying, okay, Bebe now is going into the political season, he's going to kill the album, what plan does he have on this and this? There's a plan, and I intend to stick to it. The plan is I will sing till my grave. That's the first thing. So if I find the remix after 5 years from now, I will do it. Or if I find a collab of 5-10 years from now of that song, I will do it. Then the question is simple. Is there a plan? Yes, there is. And the thing is, for me, what I want to encourage mostly about this, the question is now, it should not be now whether the album will make it or not. The making it of this album is now entirely not on Bebe. It is entirely on the whole Uganda now.
Stream, pushing.
Me as an artist, I've done my part. I have brought good music
to us.
That is the biggest question that every fan of music or every fan of the music industry should be questioning. guys, give us something good that we can brag about, that we can push out there. Well, Bebe has brought something good, justifiable, and you can brag about it. Now the question is, what can we use it as Ugandans? Can it pave our way? Now I'm not talking about this as my album. I'm not crucifying any other artist for not doing it or this. What I'm saying is we got an opportunity, we got a good body of works. So can we join and push this body of works so that we create a path for Ugandan artists? That's my only issue here.
I get it. So, Chucks Nginji, and as we were talking about before we go on air, like, I mean, you don't have many collaborations on this album. Did you just want people to first get to know the real side of Bebe Cool, that feel the new Bebe Cool?
Yes, it was not going to be fair for me to come up with 16 songs and 8 collaborations. It's, to me, all my life it has been such a weakness. I mean, I have to prove. I mean, here is Joshua Barak and Yemi. Someone can easily tell you that it is Bebe Cool looking for an opportunity. Of course, we all look for fans from each other, okay?
Yes.
But I don't want my brand to be fully taken for granted, okay? Now I can do the remixes and collaborate in the remixes. After you know in your back of the mind that he did that song, because that thing has a certain value it gives an artist. That's why it's difficult. You see, most of the artists who collaborate a lot are not sustaining their careers because their energy is spent on collabos. Every time they do a single song, they feel incomplete. So, but when you do 5 singles and 2 collabos, and all the songs are on the same level of hitting, then you're strong. But if you do 5 songs, out of the 5, 3 are collabos and 2 are singles, and it's the collabos that are making it, you're in a lot of trouble as an artist. Because until when will you collaborate with others? You need to stand as an artist to do songs. I mean, when you go performing, what are you going to do? Maiden concerts. Are you going to always have to call other people to come and be by your side just because you have collabos? No.
Then the other thing I wanted to ask, you talked about money and work. What are the other challenges that you faced when you were making the album?
Yeah, one of the hardest challenges when you're making an album at this magnitude, time. Because time takes away the genres. Imagine when we began with Afrobeat genre. It was still hot. But we ended, Afrobeat is getting into Afropop, Mapiano, and EDM. You get it? So you have that problem of, oh, you had a very nice song, but you have to keep it so that the album is complete. But then its genre is running out. The timing. So you have to twitch and twitch and twitch and twitch and twitch. You come back here and twitch. So that's the biggest challenge. Then maybe also these are the issues that they talk about. Of course, I understand when someone talks about age.
Yeah.
But come on, I look better than so many 30s and 20s.
I was talking about
What are you talking about age? I mean, and this is the reality in the music industry. You have to look, it's called showbiz.
Yep.
First, before someone hears, someone has to see. Show business. So, first, look at yourself. So what's the use of you being 18 and 25 and you look like a jungle man of 70? And then, let's step on stage and we see. If these guys are joking, whoever is talking about age will be cool. You step on stage with me and see who's younger. That's the question. By looks, not even by singing. So the intention is, I knew that I was coming up with a young album. So I had to be in gym to keep my body in shape. I had to keep dressing in their dress code appeal. Otherwise, I can wake up in the morning and just close and just start suits. But the second I start suits, they call me dead. and then my market is gone. But these guys want to see you in sneakers. These guys want to see you in jeans. These guys want to see you holding hennies and champagnes. Okay, so they can relate to your music. So it's not just wake up in the morning and singing a song and you're like you try to find no. So that's why when I sit with Panda, at least now you can relate and say, I can sit.
Okay, right now we're gonna go for the musical break. Still, we're talking to Uncle Bebe Cool. We're talking about the album Break the Chain. Go stream it right now because I've been streaming the album the entire weeks to go. Guys, no shoes?
Yeah.
Mega Blast.
Mega Blast. AY, that one. I don't
Are you
know.
sure you guys
did?
don't want to eat as well?
Me, I want.
I don't find any problem with the show. Let it be home.
I want.
Produce. We will go at the end. We only have 30 minutes. Actually, less than that.
But I think mine I'll pack it.
Next time I'll ask you to come back here for 4 hours. Maybe 1 hour, 2 hour things. Abi, you have to ask my boss to give me 5 hours of energy. It's a
Give me
lot
the
to
AM.
You can do different shows.
throughout.
We have
Yes.
done for Saturday. But that we'll do in July. Oh.
No, when I come. No, when I come